Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Haha, we're almost to the weekend and it has been a busy, crazy week for us, which is good. We're grateful for all the business that we have on both sides of the house. Now if we could just get Sasha to stop being so fussy. She might sleep through this, I'm not sure. She's asleep right now, but you never know. So, she may come visit us later. So, let's do some hip openers because it feels good. Yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start off, of course, with our sun salutations. So we'll come to the wall, come into mountain pose, bringing the feet to hip width apart or wider, whichever you want to go tonight. Arms down by your side, palms are open, relax your shoulders. Let's start to breathe that deep yoga breath in and out of your nose. Inflating the belly on the inhales, and on the exhales, pulling the navel back toward the spine. On your next inhale, take your arms up, interlace your fingers with the index fingers pointing. On the exhale, we're going to bend to the left. Oh yeah. Inhale back to center, and exhale, bend to the right. Inhale back to center, separate your hands, soften your knees, and fold forward into your standing forward bend. Oh my goodness. This feels amazingly good. Let your head lead you on the inhale, rise back to standing, hands under your heart, step to the wall, extend your arms. On the exhale, coming down to the wall. On the inhale, coming back up. Of course, the kiss is optional. We all know that. Hey, Kelly. Inhale, take your left leg back and lengthen out through the heel. Oh, yes. My goodness, that feels good. Inhale, coming back up. And on your next inhale, take your right leg back. Inhale, stepping back up. Exhale, walking out into half down dog. Woof, woof. Inhale, coming back up. Push back away from the wall. Just don't push too hard. On the inhale, taking your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise back to standing. Hands into your heart. On the inhale, sweeping your arms out to the side and up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. On the exhale, we're going to bend to the right. Inhale back to center. And exhale, bend to the left. Inhale back to center. Separate your hands. Soften your knees and fold forward. Ah. Let your head lead you on the inhale. Rise back to standing. Hands into your heart. Step to the wall. Extend your arms. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up. And inhale, take your right leg back. Adjust your hands however you need to. If you want to bring them lower on the wall, whoops. Make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle, not going beyond it. Inhale, coming back up. And then inhale, take your left leg back. I snagged my jeans on a drawer that Ken left open at work today, and I swear I pulled a muscle in my butt luggage. Painful. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, walk out into half down dog. I know, it's a true story. If it can happen, it's going to happen to me. Inhale, coming back up. I gotta fix my poster. Step back away from the wall. Inhale, the arms up, palms together. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the shins. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise back to standing, bringing the hands into the heart, into Anjali Mudra, and coming back to the top of your mat. Coming back into mountain pose. So once again, taking your feet to whichever distance on your mat you would like to have them. Arms down by your side, palms are open. Oh, I forgot the magic yoga cube. Wait a minute, gotta find out what we're gonna do today. Hope it's a good one. Woo, it's rolling all over the place. Oh man. Chair pose. Well, the Magic Yoga Cube said we got to do it, so we got to do it. All right, here we go. On the inhale, let's take the arms up. On the exhale, we're going to fold into our standing forward bend. Oh, yeah. Keep your knees soft. Back up so I'm not out of the shot. Take your hands to wherever you'd like, whether that's backs of your legs, to the mat, to blocks, or if you want to stand in half standing forward bend, take your hands to your shins. But if you're in full standing forward bend, let your head hang down. Breathe. That feels so good. All right, since the Magic Yoga Cube said we have to do chair, we have to do chair. So let your head lead you. On the inhale, we're going to rise back to standing. Bring the arms to shoulder width apart. If you want to bring your feet closer together for chair pose, go ahead and do so. On the exhale, we're going to squat down into Utkatasana, chair pose. I'm not happy, but I'm doing it. Breathe. Really breathe. And we're going to go into flying bird. So on the exhale, we're going to release the arms down, straighten the legs, and take the arms out behind us and up toward the ceiling. Push the palms together like you've got a beach ball. Now your head is hanging down, you're bent over, and your legs are straight, although you can have your knees bent just a little bit if you want. Then we're going to inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms back up, stand straight up. Palms are facing one another, and exhale, we're going to sit back down into chair pose. Twice as nice, right? Keep breathing. And then we're going to exhale, arms come down, you're bending over, straighten your legs, take your arms up behind you toward the ceiling, push those palms toward one another, flying bird. And then we're going to inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms back up, and then we're going to exhale and fold. Bringing the hands to the mat. On your next inhale, you're going to take your left leg back, turn that back foot to 45 degrees, make sure that the right knee is stacked over the ankle. Inhale, rise into warrior two. Yeah, so the body's at center. The arms are up level with one another. Check out that back arm. Make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Nice deep breath. See how I did chair? Still not my friend. That's okay. Some of you guys like chair, so, you know, I got to put it in there periodically because it's your practice too. We practice together. On your next inhale, reversing the warrior, taking the right arm up to the sky, the left hand down the back leg. You can look up or down, that's up to you. Just breathe. Then we're going to inhale, coming back up into warrior two. Release your arms on the exhale. Bring the legs together, shake it out, dance it off. And then we'll take the legs wide, but comfortable, making sure that the outside edges are parallel to one another. And as we prepare to descend to the mat, we're going to do some little side to side stretches. So we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold, and then we're going to move over towards the left so that we're stretching out the right leg all the way. So with your hands to the mat, you're going to bend the left knee and scoot all the way over. Yeah, then we're going to come back to center and over to the right. Just keep moving with your own breath, doing your side lunges. Use your hands to assist you. Unless you want to come up to standing, which you can have your knees bent, and you can lunge from right to left, and your palms will be together in Anjali Mudra. So do whichever one works for you. because you don't want to hurt yourself. If you need the floor to help you, then you definitely want to take that. One more, and then let your head lead you. On the inhale, rise back to standing, palms come together. Sometimes that's logistically a little weird to do those side lunges, so you just kind of have to work with it to get into it and out of it safely. Turn the left foot out to the back of the room. The right foot will go to 45 degrees. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, lunge into warrior two. Check out your knee. Make sure that it's over your ankle. Body's at center. Nice deep breaths. So nice. I love yoga. It feels good. Then on your next inhale, reversing the warrior, taking the right hand down your back leg, the left arm up to the sky, looking up or down. Then we'll inhale, coming back up into warrior two. Drop your arms, shake the legs out once again. And then we're going to bring them out a little bit wide, not as wide as we did before. Turn the toes out this time, arms up. You know where we're going. On the exhale, we're going to squat down into goddess pose. And let's just do some squats here. So inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. One more, inhale up, exhale down, and up again, and release. Okay, so for balance tonight, let's do a balance challenge, because it's Thursday. So let's do tree into baby dancer. Yeah, my favorite and Kelly's favorite, we'll combine them together. Alright, so find your focal point, and remember, you can do just one if you want. You don't have to do both. You can use the wall to do tree and baby dancer if you want. You can use the strap for the baby dancer portion if you want. Alright, so find your focal point, strong left leg, make sure the thigh is engaged. When you're ready, taking the right foot, either toes to the mat, foot to the shin, or all the way up into the top of your left thigh. Pushing the foot and the thigh together if you're all the way up there. Then if you want to grow your tree, go for it. Just remember, if you're growing your tree, your center of gravity is now going up, and that can make you less stable. So keep that focal point and keep that breath, and that should help. Then, of course, when you're ready, you're going to release your arms, take your right foot in your right hand, keep your focal point, and open up into baby dancer. Nice deep breaths. And as usual with any balancing, you decide when you're coming out of it. Arm releases first and then the foot. Unless, of course, your body just tells you, we're done. Okay? And remember, when you're doing any kind of balancing, if you fall out of it, you've got to build it from the bottom up again. Don't try and pop back into it. Don't cheat, because I'm not there, because it won't work right. Okay, switching to the right side. Find your focal point, get your breath, engage your right thigh. When you're ready, bringing the left foot either toes to the mat, foot to the shin, or all the way up into the thigh. Then if you want to grow your tree, go ahead. And if we sway, for those of us who still live in Oklahoma, it's Oklahoma, and it's always windy. In fact, it's pretty windy outside right now. And of course, when you're ready, you're going to release your hands, take your left foot in your left hand, keep your focal point, open up into baby dancer, breathe. Whoops! And then when you're ready to release, or when your body is ready, come on out. Sometimes your body's ready before you're ready, but that's okay. Alright, so let's step back a little bit from the front of the mat. We're going to come down into garland pose. So if you know that this is not in your toolbox ever, or maybe it's just not tonight, go ahead and descend to the mat either through standing forward bend into downward facing dog, or you can just come gently to the mat. If you're going to come into girl on pose with me, Balasana is the Sanskrit name. Take your feet out wide with your toes pointed out. Bring the palms together. And on the exhale, we're going to squat down, but I got to move the camera. All right. There we go. Bring this Kelly along with me. Ooh. Oh, that feels so good. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That just, to me, feels quite amazing. I know not everybody would agree, but, you know, some of y'all think chair is amazing, and I'm like, we're not friends. All right, then we're going to take the hands down to the mat. Whew. Now, if you need a blanket to cushion your knees, go ahead and get one, or if you have the yoga little mat thingies, you can do those. Move these out of the way. So I was kind of playing around last night, and I started doing something. I was like, oh, I got to do that tomorrow night. So you may or may not be able to do this depending on girls, luxury luggage, or just generally how your body works. We'll see. So we're going to start off on all fours, and you're going to have your wrist under your shoulders, fingers are spread wide. For right now, the knees are going to be under the hips, but you're going to see what I'm going to do in a minute. All right, so here's what we're going to do. On the inhale, we're going to take the right leg back and up, kind of like we do in three-leg down dog. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring that knee through, bend the head, and bring the knee towards your nose. Inhale, taking the leg straight up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up. It's kind of like we used to do in down dog, when we would go into three-leg down dog and then bring the knee up to our nose, but we're on all fours instead of, well, yeah, okay, same thing. Keep breathing, and then take the knee back to the mat. So now we're going to do the left leg, of course, because we got to be balanced. So inhale, we're going to take that leg up. Exhale, bring the knee up towards the nose, and you bend your head to get it there. Inhale, back up. When you're inhaling, you're looking up. When you're exhaling, you're bringing the head to the knee. Inhale, up. And exhale, head to the knee, and then back to the mat. Oh, I'm going to turn the ceiling fan on. It's getting hot. Whew. We used to do that in plank, you know. That's a good workout. All right, so let's come to standing on our knees. And we're going to bring the right leg out to about a 45-degree angle. And we're going to have the arms down by the side, palms are facing in toward our body. On the exhale, you're going to lunge forward. Now that should stack your right knee over your right ankle. Push into the top of your left foot to take the weight off of your left knee. Breathe. Now if you want, you can take your hands to your right leg, or you can extend your arms overhead, interlace your fingers with the index fingers pointing. On the exhale, we're going to bend back into crescent pose, or you can stay upright. If you have any problems getting dizzy, you want to stay upright. You don't want to bend back because that takes your gaze up toward the ceiling. Breathe. And then we're going to exhale, open into a twist. Right hand goes to the right knee, left hand goes down the back leg. We're twisted to the left. And we're going to exhale, turn forward, both hands down to the mat, one on each side of the foot. And we're going to sit back and stretch out that leg. And when you sit back, you can have the toes of the left foot turned under, or you can have the top of the foot flat. I find it better to have the toes turned under because then I can sit my buns right on top of my heel, but it also stretches out my plantar fasciitis as well. Fascia, excuse me. But that's up to you. Inhale, coming back up, and use your hands to assist your knee back into place. Then come back to standing on your knees. Bring the left leg out to a 90 or 45-degree angle, sorry. Arms down by your side. Exhale, lunge forward. Now the knee is stacked over the ankle. Push into the top of the right foot. Hands to your left leg, or take your arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, looking forward or bending back into crescent pose. Just breathe it out. Then we're going to exhale and twist to the right. Right hand goes down your back leg, left hand goes to your left knee. And then exhale, turn forward. One hand to each side of the left foot, and we're going to sit back. Once again, stretching out the left leg this time. That feels so good. Yeah. And then we'll use our hands to assist us back up and to bring that knee back into place. So now we're going to come either into child's pose or happy puppy, whichever you prefer. If you want child's pose, keep your toes together. Widen your knees as wide as you need them to go. Give your body that space. Don't try and crunch it up, thinking that, that's the way the pose is supposed to be. Remember, we fit the pose to the body, not the body to the pose. Then you can rest your hips back toward your heels. Arms can be out in front or down by your side. If you're coming into happy puppy, arms way out front, buns stay in the air, just melt it all down towards the mat. Your forehead may be on the mat, it may not be. If you have a hard time getting your forehead to the mat in happy puppy, you could always take a block and put it on the low side, or even a bolster, or a blanket if you had it folded up pretty good, just to give your head some support. I don't have that problem, so I'm just going to come on down to the mat. Just breathe. And in happy puppy, you can have your forearms on the mat, or you can have them lifted. I prefer lifted because I get a better stretch in my shoulders. I started to go off the mat. That was not good. I was sliding on the floor. I'm telling you, if it can happen klutz-wise, it's going to happen to me. And then we're going to exhale, walk the hands back in, and come down to seated. Whew. Okay. I got a little sweaty there. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and take the right leg. What do I want to do? Now, let's extend both legs out in front of us. Feet are flexed. Pull the buns out from under you. Hands down by your side. Relax your shoulders, sitting up nice and straight. You can push gently into the mat if you want. I'm just kind of resting my hands since I have to bend my elbows. Just sitting in staff pose. And then if you need some space for your body, go ahead and widen your legs out to the width of the mat. We'll inhale, taking the arms up. Lengthen, palms are facing one another. On the exhale, fold from the top of your thighs, coming into seated forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Take your hands either to the outside edges of your feet, to your shins, to the mat. You can use your strap. Just remember, if you're using your strap, you want elbows back by your side because you want to be able to open your chest and relax your shoulders. So it's not about getting down to your toes. This is, if you're using the strap, you're going to be more upright. And that's okay because it's not about this. This is not the goal. Keep your back as flat as possible and your neck neutral. breathe and stretch. And then we'll exhale, walk the hands back in. So we're going to go ahead and take the legs out wide. Feet are flexed, pull the buns out. But instead of doing wide leg seated forward bend, we're going to do wide leg seated side angle. So on the exhale, we're going to walk both hands over to the left leg. The left hand will be on the left side of the leg, the right hand on the right side of the leg, obviously. It would be a little complicated to do it the opposite way. Sit up nice and tall on the inhale. On the exhale, we're going to twist towards that leg. And if you want to walk down the leg a little bit, feel free. But you have to make sure that your right sitting bone stays on the mat. So if it starts to lift, you need to back off. Okay, keeping both feet flexed. Breathing. I'm trying to keep my back pretty flat. I'm trying to keep my neck neutral because I don't want to bend over and kind of collapse into the leg. This is a nice stretch. It's a nice hip opener. It's a nice for your glute, for your gluteus maximus, and it's a good twist, so it's good for the spine. I don't know why I never did this one as often. Something to think about. All right, on the exhale, we're going to walk through center over to the right leg. One hand on each side of the leg, and we're going to twist to the right. And you can use your hands to kind of give you a little bit of torque so that you can get a nicer twist. Just keep the breath going. Then we'll exhale back to center. And since we're already here, let's just walk forward for a few breaths. And we'll go ahead and come into Upavista Konasana, wide leg seated forward bend. Oh my gosh, my hamstrings are so tight. This feels amazing. And then we'll exhale and come back up. Release the legs one at a time, bringing the feet flat to the mat, out to the edge. Grab hold of your knees, and we're going to inhale and pull the body up between the legs as much as possible. I mean, obviously, you're not between your legs, but toward your legs. Let's put it that way. Relax your shoulders. And then we'll go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together. Decide where you want your heels in reference to your pelvis. Interlace your fingers around your toes or your ankles. And then exhale, we're going to pull down into bound angle. And again, we want the back flat, the neck neutral. The chest is open. The shoulders are open. And then we'll exhale, coming up, bring the knees together. Scoot forward on your mat. Trying to think of what I want to do. No, let's just come on down onto our backs. Oh, yes. Yes. This feels amazing. Okay. So we've got our feet flat to the mat. We're going to let the knees fall out to the sides, bringing the soles of the feet together. In reclining bound angle, Supta Baddha Konasana. You can take your hands to your thighs to give them a little bit of weight, to your belly. You can take your arms overhead, interlacing your fingers with the index fingers pointing. Or if you want to do the neck pull, you're going to interlace your fingers, take your hands behind your head, bring the elbows in toward your face, lift your head, but then let the head hang heavy in your hands. So your hands are doing all the work here. Just holding your head up. Only do this for a few breaths and don't pull too hard. I mean, you may hear your neck pop, but you don't want to hurt yourself. And then release down. Take your hands to wherever you want. Just a couple more breaths. And then we'll inhale the knees back together. And since we're already here, let's go ahead and take the right ankle onto the left knee. You're going to reach the right arm through and the left arm to the outside. On the inhale, bringing the left leg into your body. If you want to pretzel yourself, go ahead and do so. If you want to take your left leg up to the sky, that's fine in dead pigeon or resting pigeon, whichever you prefer. If you want a deeper stretch, take your ankle down into your left hip flexor, but then you have to readjust your hands because you've got to get back to that right shin or left shin. That's a little intense for me right now. So I'm just going to stay in eye of the needle. Yeah, this feels good. All right, then we're going to exhale the left foot down to the mat. Cross the right leg over the left. Take both arms out to the side of the body. On the exhale, we're going to twist down to the left, keeping your shoulders as flat to the mat as possible. If you want to take your left hand to the top knee to give it a little bit of weight, you can do that, or you can just keep both arms extended. You can look up to the ceiling or over your right shoulder to extend the twist. And breathe. I just love twists. They feel so good. They help to keep your spine flexible. It's good stuff. Then we'll inhale the knees up, uncross the legs, and we're going to bring the left ankle onto the right leg. Reaching the left hand between the legs and the right arm to the outside. On the inhale, we're going to bring the right leg into the body. And again, if you want to pretzel yourself, you can do so. If you want to extend your right leg up to the sky, that's fine. Or you can just stay in eye of the needle. I always feel like, for me, and I know everybody is different, like Kelly gets nothing out of this, so she pretzels herself. But for me, I get such a good stretch right in the back of my hamstrings and like into my glutes. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. I don't get anything out of taking my leg up to the sky, but a lot of people do. So you always want to make the pose your own, you know? Because it's your body and it's your practice. And your yoga teacher told you so. When she was a teacher, now she's just a yogi. Although I still have the laminated card. Then we're going to exhale that foot down to the mat, the right foot. Cross the left leg over the right, arms out to the side, and on your exhale, we're going to twist down to the right. Keep your shoulders flat to the mat, and look up to the ceiling or over your left shoulder. Oh, this feels so good. I've had such a hectic day. We actually managed to get Sasha to sleep for about 2 hours this afternoon, and I got so much done. I mean, I was running around like a crazy person, but man, I got a lot done. And then we're going to inhale the knees back up. Uncross the legs, bring both knees into your chest, and you can rock in cradle rock or go into happy baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, as Mr. Kool-Aid would say. Just working out any places in your back that might be giving you problems. Then we're going to come to a stop, uncross the ankles or come out of Happy Baby, feet down to the mat, and you guys are going to go ahead and get yourselves into Shavasana. So get whatever props you need for that tonight, and take your legs out to the width of the mat, and let your feet and ankles roll out to the side. Arms can be down by your side, or you can rest your hands on your belly, one hand on top of the other. Close your eyes and bring your breath back to its natural rhythm as you just focus on your breath and relax into the mat. Let's start to get some movement back into your body. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes or turning your head from side to side. Then when you're ready, rolling to one side and resting for a breath or two before coming gently back to seated, back into Sukhasana, easy pose. And once we're back to seated, bringing the hands into Anjali Mudra. My final thought for tonight is that when life brings big winds of change that almost blow you over, close your eyes, hold on tight, and believe. Because remember, this too shall pass. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me tonight, and I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening. Love you guys.